Thank you for joining us. We are here to talk about the animation program at the first department-specific webinar. We are joined by the esteemed, the incredible chair of animation, Kati Angela.
Hello, everyone.
We're also
Awesome.
joined by Stacy Savoca, who is CISA admin and support. And we're here to tell you all about California State Summer School for the Arts, also known as CSSSA. Kati, do you have anything to say before I launch into my slides?
No, welcome everyone. I'm excited to have an audience and see what kind of questions you have all.
I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, we got a short slide presentation for you. Sit back, relax, make sure you're muted. If you have questions, you can pop them in the chat. And after the presentation, we'll definitely have lots of time to go through the nitty gritty, but I'm just going to show a couple of slides relating to the CISA program as a whole. If anybody here is unfamiliar, you just stumbled upon this webinar. We're talking about California State Summer School for the Arts, also known as CISA, a month-long residential summer arts program for high school students in the state of California. We are a state-run program. We've been around for almost 40 years. Our community is composed of over 400 students and about 150 faculty and staff that support the students during the summer session. We pull from across the state as it is part of our mission to represent each of the 58 California counties. In addition, we have a small number of students who come from out of state and even international regions to join our community. But, we keep that pool small because we want the bulk of our population to be California State students. Hey, because we're a California State program. So we are located, as this is a residential summer arts program, we're located on the Cal Poly Pomona campus, newly moving host sites. We're very excited to be somewhere new for the first time in probably over 30 years. While you're on that campus, you have access to all of the amenities that Cal Poly Pomona has to offer, state-of-the-art technology, labs, shops, studio spaces, performance spaces, the works. Live in the dorms, you'll have your meals in the main cafeteria. You'll go on field trips if you so choose. We do recreational activities and field trips like Disneyland, the J. Paul Getty Museum, and certain disciplines may do their own field trips. Kati, does animation do a field trip usually?
We used to before the pandemic, and since the pandemic, the studios have been working at a limited capacity. So I think just this month, most studios require the workers to go back for like 2 to 3 days a week, but still not 5 days a week. So most people work from home, and tours are a little bit of an issue, especially because of the size of our program, because it's a lot of people. Yep.
It is a lot of people. Thanks for the info. But if you're not going on one of the, kind of all CISA field trips, you'll have lots to do. We do lots of recreational activities and movie nights, game nights, stuff to do when you're not working on your art. It's an online application. It's open now. The application has four main parts to it. First part is contact information. Second part are references, not recommendation letters, but two references from a teacher, artist, mentor, someone who knows you and can speak to your work. That if we have questions about your application, we can contact them. The third part are transcripts from your high school. You can upload an unofficial copy to the online app. And again, we're only certifying your grade level. When we look at these transcripts, we're not looking at grades. And then the fourth part are the arts assignments, which are outlined for each discipline. And we will go over the arts assignments for animation extensively in this webinar. And then there's lots of financial aid available. Absolutely. We're doing financial aid webinar next month, and we already have one recorded on our YouTube channel. So if you want more support, head on over to YouTube and watch that. But let's turn it over to Kati and we'll talk about the animation program. We'll talk about classes. Take it away, Kati. Tell us what these students are in store
All
for.
right. All right. So we have classes Monday through Saturday, actually, and the classes run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We manage the classes by splitting the students because we have about 60 spots this year, as far as I know. So we have half of our students taking animation classes in the morning, and the other half is doing live drawing classes in the morning, and then in the afternoon they switch. Whoever did live drawing is not going to take the same exact animation lesson as the other people did. And the people who did animation in the morning going into live drawing. So that's like the general gist of it. In the evenings, approximately, I'd say 3 evenings per week, we have actual classes as well. And they could be from guest speakers to faculty presentation or other workshops. On Saturday mornings, we have a class that is a guest speaker, usually from 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. And that's when the students are able to then go home if they can, if they choose to, or stay on campus and participate in the other activities. So generally, our students are working quite a lot. And they do take, everybody takes live drawing. Everybody takes also animation history. Those are the classes that are core classes. Everybody does learn animation, and we do experimental under the camera techniques, and then we build towards digital animation. And basically, the curriculum takes you through the pipeline of an animation production. So from ideation to planning to actually making it and to do a post-production on it. And so every student ends up with a piece of film, and every student has to produce several pieces along the way. So it's not just the final project, but you do have quite a lot of assignments. Yep. Any other
Amazing.
thing I should add, Jessica, on this section, you think?
I actually have, maybe we can do
Mhm.
a little questions that I know will come up kind of
Okay.
as we go. When you say the classes are divided half and half, how do
Mhm.
you determine how they're divided?
Oh, well, it's actually not just half and half. We create 4 groups out of our student population, and you know, usually we take in consideration everything about our students and try to make each group equally diverse and interesting. So it's not based on student quality or interest or anything. It's just like we're trying to make a little microcosmos for each group. They're not better than each other, they're equal. And we're trying to rotate them in a way that they get different live drawing teacher. Like one day you have Christina, then the next day you will have Kayla. Like we're trying to make it interesting enough so everybody gets exposed to different style of teaching. That's kind of like the idea. And students come together, the entire 60-person group comes together in animation history and in the guest lecture speakers. So
Amazing.
we do start with one big group at the very beginning, you know, like at the very, very beginning, like for 2 days or 3.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, shall we jump into the animation arts assignments?
absolutely.
Let's start with assignment A.
Hmm.
A visual artist portrait, one drawing or painting of your favorite visual artist. It could be a fine artist, an illustrator, animator, video artist, etc. And maybe,
Whatever, yeah, visual though, yeah.
and then Kati, you ask them to use an original style and technique to express who they are,
Yeah,
and
so
any
I'd
medium
like,
is welcome. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, sorry, I'd like you guys to think about if you are illustrating someone, what tool are you going to reach for? Because we all have a comfort zone, yeah. And all of us have a tool that we automatically reach out to, but I would like you to make a consideration. And if it's someone that is more suited because their work is sort of like, I don't know, grainy, dark, and moody and emo, maybe you reach for that charcoal and do a portrait with a charcoal. So, like, try to match the technique and tool to the actual artist. Don't just do like Procreate because that's what you do all the time and you're comfy and you know you're gonna make something nice with it. I'd like you to think about why you chose your tool to create this illustration.
This is great
Yeah.
advice.
And another thing is like, a lot of people choose somebody and they try to draw in their style. I'm not sure if
Mm.
that's gonna work because you're not that person.
And what about
Yeah.
people who feel like they don't have their own style or it's still kind of developing it, what
Uh-huh.
advice would you have for them?
Again, try something new. And I think we're all developing our style. That's just kind of how it is. Thank God you don't have a style yet. You're too young, right? So you should be flexible and open to things. And that's the whole program. In fact, it's all going to be about doing things you've never done because why would you come to a 1 month program to do the same exact thing you would do without the program? Like that doesn't make sense. What we're trying to do with this entire CSSA program, not just animation, is to expose you guys to new ideas and push you towards trying something you would not do on your own. And you're gonna hate it because that's also normal. And then, you might find the beauty in it. I
That's
hope you
right.
do, because you can never grow doing the same thing. You just won't.
Gotta be
Yeah,
pushed outside that comfort zone, you
absolutely.
know?
Yeah,
And you say that any medium or any media is welcome from traditional
yeah,
analog to digital
yep, yep.
materials.
Mixed medium,
Love
whatever.
it.
You want to do a sculpture, fine. That's cool. Yeah,
Great.
I'm open. I like seeing interesting ideas.
Wonderful. So that's assignment A. Let's move on to B. One drawing or painting based on the lyrics of Pearl Jam, Even Flow. Kati, can you tell
Yeah,
us why you chose this song? Because you like to switch it up every year.
I do. And I like to go back to the classics. I think even, I was looking for a song that can stand on its own.
Yeah.
Like, especially what I'd like to recommend everyone here, it has a very cool music video. Don't look at the music video, listen to the song and try to get into the song and try to think about the lyrics because it is a poem. And I think very few songs actually have poems. Like, the lyrics are super important, and in this case, this could stand on its own without the music. With the music, it's even more powerful and impactful. And I would like everyone to just like listen to it over and over again. Try to draw things while you're listening to it. Try
Mm.
to see what comes out of you. Do not reference the music video, please, for the love of God. Um, yeah, and for this illustration and also every assignment if possible, obviously for the favorite visual artist, you're gonna have to look at a photograph. But for this one, don't copy photos. I think that really helps because that frees everything up. Copying a photograph is dead, you know? So try to come up with something from your soul to do this illustration. Is this supposed to be an emotional um, reaction to the
Mm.
music? Is what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
I love this. It's kind of like develop a rapport with
Mm,
this, source material, whether
yeah.
you like have never heard it before or whether it's like something that you listen to all the time or something also I think you can even ask your parents,
Yes.
hey,
Yes.
where's the song, right? Tell me your relationship with it.
Maybe the context of this. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
so true. Yep.
it's amazing. All right, cool. So that's animation or assignment B for
Mhm.
animation. Okay, assignment C, a series of 8 life drawing family and friend sketches.
Yes. So I already saw that in the chat. Someone said that they have a question regarding this. So literally, sit down and draw your family and friends. And these supposed to be fast sketches and also not photograph copies. Please don't take out a photo of your family or friend and draw that because that kills the entire point. So these supposed to be faster, not like a 2 hour like rendered drawing. And I would, for the love of God, people, here would be the time to take out pencils, colored pencils, markers, crayons. You could definitely use digital tools as well, but have a variety of techniques. Okay, don't do the same thing. I've seen so many of those. I want to do like a CSSA sketchbook situation, and and they all draw the same way because they saw it because someone uploaded like the walkthrough of my CSSA sketchbook. This is not what it's about. Don't you worry about your sketchbook. You're gonna have a sketchbook if you got into animation, and there will be a bunch of different directions on how to use that. But right now, I'm again looking for the variety of techniques. I'm looking for you to try out different tools. Cool. And
Very
I think the
cool.
other question that comes up here was like how many drawings, correct? Did we specify that? I'm trying to look. Eight.
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 Eight
Minimum
different.
eight.
And when they upload, you probably note this on the website and the application. Are they uploading each in the same file or is it one by
You
one?
don't have to, but I'd like you to. You'll see at the end, there's like a referencing on how to name it. But you could make a PDF document and have them all tied together, but I'm okay with you uploading eight separate ones. That's fine. Some people also kind of curate it together into one.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, you can do that too
Hmm.
if that's what you want to do, but don't get hung up on that because I feel like people stress out on this.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
nitty gritty.
yeah, yeah.
My question for you, Kati, is
Mhm.
do the sketches have to be human friends or family? Can they be furry friends?
Such an interesting question. I understand that like dogs are your best friend, but yes, this time it's human friends and family. Okay. Yeah,
Human friends or family.
human this
Great.
time. Yeah. Last year it was all about animals. This year's like find some friends, man. And if you really don't, okay, let's say that you just don't because you're hating everyone right now, because I don't know, stuff happens, high school happens, then just sit down and draw somebody around you and pretend they are your friend. Okay,
Yeah.
so again, don't get hung up in this like, right now I don't have a friend. I don't even like my family. Well, I'm sorry, most people don't, right? So still, you can come up with some creative solutions here. I believe in you. Yes.
Amazing. Great. Thanks for
Humans,
clarifying.
humans. Yes.
All right, next, an animation
Okay.
sample.
Hey.
So
Animation sample. Yeah. So if you have the ability to edit together an animation edit, like pieces of things that you've done, that's excellent. I would like to do a video, not looking at 10 of them. Um, do not make it entirely like 10 minutes long. Sometimes I get like really sketchy things too. I would prefer a shorter, well-rendered piece. And one of the things that we do not accept is rotoscoping, because here in this assignment, I'm looking for your understanding of animation and how to break down motion. And rotoscoping is a very cool and legitimate animation technique. However, it's based on tracing live action footage, which helps me not at all
mhm.
in determining your, you know, depth of knowledge. So if possible, do not do rotoscoping because I'm not going to consider it. Um, I'm trying
How
to also have some details here. Could be one shorter or several shorter pieces. Try to think about demonstrating knowledge of timing is what I'm looking for. Uh, and probably again, it's not a time for you right now. This is when are these due, Jessica? I forgot the deadline.
February 28th?
Yeah, so I don't think it's time for you to launch into this whole uh, epic fight-based, you know, 10-minute piece that you're gonna now start. Instead, walk like a walk cycle or like focus on an interaction between two characters, even lip syncing. Something that's shorter but doable and you could really clean up, because a lot of students end up sending me a lot of like sketchy things that I can hardly tell what I'm seeing. And
Mhm.
lastly, one of the things that is super important to me is having no, so I don't really like anime style, for example. Like I don't think that's your style. I know it's not your style. So I would like to see that you're doing something that's actually your style as well, if possible.
And Kati, how rough or polished are you looking for in terms of this sample?
I need to understand what I'm seeing.
Hmm.
So if you have a diversity of sections and you do something that's like maybe one piece is colored and cleaned up, and then there's other sketchy ones, that's cool. But demonstrating a range would be nice. Yeah.
Great. And are they allowed to use music in
Yeah,
the sample?
absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about like is there an example of something that you've seen that you're like, oh yeah, this is it in a sample, like what you look for when you
Uh, I really love when people again do stuff that is crazy, sort of like stop motion things, you know. It's super easy to do now because your phone can have this app that can do stop motion. Um, I've seen people doing very creative stuff without any financial backing. So like I don't care about your software and your Cintiq, and I assume you don't have that anyways, but I've seen like my best one in the last whatever how many years I've been doing this, I think was someone animating on sticky notes. It
Oh,
was so
that's
cool.
great.
I loved it. It was just so like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Think outside the box. I
Yeah.
love it. Amazing. Okay, great. All right, moving on. The video recording.
Yes. Hmm. This is one of my favorite things. I'd like you to tell me why you want to be at CSSA. It's so, like simple. Um, what is your strength and weaknesses? What are you looking for in the program? Um, just tell me about yourself, and you don't have to like give me a really long extended history. This should not be that long. 5 minutes max, please, because some people really like to ramble on and really their content is not changing. 5 minutes is quite a long time. And then yes, it's a hard program. This is not a summer camp. I'd really like to emphasize that because people always think of it as like, this is my best social platform. I'm gonna meet people like-minded, finally people who love animation as much as I do, which is true. It's absolutely true. But especially in animation, I think this is our hardest. Uh, I, I I don't want to brag, but I think animation is the hardest program at CISA. And we work you really hard. Like you're gonna be doing animation, and we're expecting you to 100% dedicate your energy to create your projects. And yes, I take it very seriously whether or not you're gonna get college credit. You have to complete all projects to get the college credit. I do send people home. I'm known to do that. I I am really sorry every time I have to do that because I like you to stay, but if you're not doing the job, you're not staying. So please tell me, why do you want to be in the program? What is your goal? And do you think you're up to this, 4 weeks, five project, you know, I almost want to say 24/7 work. Like, are you up for it? And please look into the camera. That's just minimum. Like I've had, recordings of people who just weren't even capable of recording themselves, and that's weird. You should be able to talk about yourself. You will have to talk about yourself in real life, right? Like you have to face people and talk to them. You'll have to do interviews with people and talk to them about why you applied for the job. And lastly, for this project, don't read it. It also is like, I know you're nervous, but nobody else is going to see this but me. Think of this as an opportunity to talk to me, and don't read it. Try to just say things, like from your heart, because when you read it, it's really rehearsed and it comes through very rigid, and I don't get the sense of who you are at all. And so I'm expecting my students to be articulating ideas and have plans and goals. And again, that requires that you tell me that. Please tell me why you want to be in our program. Yeah.
I actually think this is one of the coolest assignments that you do because it requires people to express their
Yeah.
passion and
Yeah.
why. And that's a really beautiful thing and it's a really great skill to practice,
It is.
especially if somebody wants to, be a professional artist, if they want to go
Absolutely.
into the animation world. like Kati said, you're gonna have to express yourself, sell yourself a
Absolutely.
little bit.
On a job interview, and I know you guys are in high school and you're not thinking about jobs, but this is where my students trip up. They ask them about their work and they
Mm,
ask them, so tell me about this project or why did you do what you did? And they're like, oh my God, that's so hard. It is hard because we're artists. We don't like to talk about things.
yeah,
We are making things. And that's how we express ourselves, but you have to develop that part of yourself as well, where you talk. And right now, the project is you. You need to talk about you.
yeah.
Tell me about
And
you.
we can acknowledge not every animator is an actor. So if I
No, but a
may,
lot of them are.
could they, if they need to refer to notes, can they like have some notes, but then get
Totally.
something, look up?
I see the comfort there. Like that would be really comforting to know that there's a note if I forgot my words. Um, yeah, of course. But try to be natural here because a lot of times it's just like I have people reading through stuff and I'm like, I'm not even sure you wrote this. It doesn't sound like you. It sounds like ChatGPT. And I
Mm,
don't want ChatGPT. I'm not interested in ChatGPT. I'm interested in you as the human being, as the artist, as the passionate animator who wants to be at Seesaw.
boom. Love it. Mic drop. All right. Second video recording. So you want them
Yes,
to define why they chose who they chose for assignment A.
yes, yes. I think that's straightforward. Please tell me why you chose that artist, what that artist means to you, how do they inspire you, and what inspired your choices of tool, technique, color. Like, why did you do, again, same thing. Why did you make that drawing? What
Mhm.
was it? You know, that's what do you know about this artist? Do you even have an artist that inspires you? Because that's also something that's important. You need to have some sort of a role model, you know.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see these pictures, Jessica, by the way. Those are our babies. Yeah.
This one was from last year, right?
Yeah, this is actually, you guys, when you look at these slides, these are photos of Alumni Day, and we display all the student live drawing, and it is so cool to see how much growth takes place.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gorgeous.
And animation alumni from years past love to attend this, and it's
Yeah.
kind of a mini reunion. So that's something to
It
look forward
is, and
to.
that's your opportunity to connect. By the way, we will have that even at the new location, but this is the opportunity to connect with people who've done that before you, people who achieved goals maybe that you're looking to achieve. So yeah, it's a beautiful day.
It's a super fun time. I always love
Mm.
attending.
I know, me too.
All right. Okay, assignment saving. This is how you would like people to save the
Yeah, please
assignment.
do. This will help a lot because, it's just also learning about how to do digital housekeeping. So usually when you do naming conventions, you should have like again your first name abbreviation and then your last name and underscore assignment A. So when I download it, when I review these, if it goes in my download, at least I know who it came from. It's really cool. Yeah. And make sure you guys, sometimes I have to disqualify people because they didn't upload.
Check those uploads.
By the way, yeah, you guys, like, for example, you do all the work and maybe you just decided not to do one of the assignments, you're not going to be considered. For the application, you have to submit all assignments.
And as a tip for the video recordings, review your tape, watch it back, make
Yeah.
sure you got everything in there that you needed to get in there. And nothing that you didn't mean to get in there.
Yeah,
That happens a lot where it's like,
that
oh,
does.
this is the
Yeah.
first take. You didn't want us
Yeah.
to see this.
I do sometimes have people uploading the wrong thing as well. Like, okay, let's say that you somehow messed up and you uploaded your video recording of yourself instead of your animation, and in the other section you upload your animation. I could work with that. But if you uploaded your video recording of yourself twice and there's no animation, I cannot work with that.
Which is
So I
why
would
it's
recommend you name your videos before you upload, because I think the videos have a very generic like number connected to them and you just like bam bam. And probably shouldn't upload on the last day like February 28th because I'm pretty sure the website is overwhelmed by applicants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the CISA team is great about responding to any kind of, inquiry or like, oh,
absolutely.
I uploaded the wrong thing. They'll help you correct it, but you gotta
Yep,
give them time.
absolutely.
So,
Yep.
5:59 on February 28th ain't gonna cut it because that 6 p.m. deadline, that's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to our last slide here. You don't typically take returning students, but should students who want to return, you would like an essay, a short
Yeah.
essay,
Yeah.
your reason for returning.
Typically we have so many applicants. I always want everyone to have an opportunity to be in our program. So what I recommend to alumni is to maybe apply to another CISA program,
Mm,
like visual arts. We had people from the past who applied actually to writing.
mhm.
Uh, Visual arts, a lot of them, because visual arts has so many different factions. You could do sculpting and then you could do digital art or you could do whatever. So theater even, I'm pretty sure you guys had animation students. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Or the newly added architecture and environmental design discipline. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of off branching, but totally, yeah. People have different interests. Music is good too.
hmm Yeah. Speaking
And yes,
of
if
these,
you're, yeah, also another thing, Jessica, sorry, before there are people who apply several times. We have students who apply two, three times. Please don't submit your previous application materials because that shows to me that you're still doing the same thing as last year. Number one, number two, you're not, don't really care. Because this question comes and Stacy emails me and asks me like, hey, Kati, like somebody asked me if they can submit the same thing as last year. No, no. And the assignments are not exactly the same as well. So no, yeah, you should be growing. You're so young. You shouldn't be at the same point as you were at last year this time.
and I have a question. Speaking of other disciplines, is there much room for collaboration with other disciplines within the animation program?
No. No, we do. So what we collaborate is not really assignment-based collaboration. We do have one project we collaborate with music,
Hmm.
and the students create the animation, and the music students composer department composes music for it. So that's very cool. Also, we collaborated with theater actually by participating and drawing class, them performing or participating in acting exercises. But as far as projects go, we don't really do that. And it has to do with the idea that every CISA student is super impacted by their own program and they rarely have time to work on your project because obviously first thing comes in mind like, oh my god, I could just collaborate with my roommate who's a composer and they could do the music for my project. That's great. Most likely they will not do it though because they'll be caught up with their own thing, and then you're going to be standing there without a audio track. So I encourage people to collaborate outside of CISA, and actually, we've had student-driven collaborations when students that graduated from CISA, they got together and they did an animating project. They may involve music students as well. So that's awesome. But when it comes to your projects, you need to count on yourself. And that's why we don't do group work either. You're not going to team up with someone else within the program and do a dual project. You have to do your own project. Yeah, I know.
Love that. All right, so
Well,
those are all the slides. I'm gonna dive into the chat here.
cool.
We'll stop the share. I
Okay.
will spotlight you, Kati, and I'll spotlight
Yeah.
myself here
Funny. Yeah.
so that you're not alone. And let's
Thank
dive
you,
into the chat
Jessica. I
here.
appreciate that.
Okay, some of these we may have announced or answered on the way, but I'll read them just in case for the people who are not here who will be watching this on YouTube. We'll read all the questions for them. So, someone is asking that they would like some guidance on the life drawing part of the application,
Mhm.
please. Now, you went through pretty nitty-gritty life
Yeah.
drawing. You want it to be human, obviously, friends and family. and, quick sketches, nothing that's like,
Yeah,
you,
like 15-minute max. Yeah,
nice.
don't sit on it for an hour. And also, I feel like there was a question in regards to like full body or whatever,
Mm.
faces, bodies, whatever. You want to do a sketch of somebody's hand on the table. I'm open to it. I'm looking for your observational skills.
Yeah, they're live observational skills, not
Mm-hmm,
based off of a
mm-hmm.
picture or
Yeah.
TV or,
Yes.
TikTok.
Yes.
All right. This one is in regards to the animation assignment. Does it have to be a full animation or can we send an unfinished animation?
Yeah, I said unfinished is fine, maybe a section. If you guys have an unfinished piece, you don't need to. I mean, it's really nice to have an entire story, and some of you do have that. You already have an animated short that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's great. Send it. If you have an unfinished piece, maybe choose a section that is most cleaned up, perhaps. Again, I don't really think about what I'm looking for. I'm looking for your understanding of timing. If it's like an animatic level, which means it's really super sketchy, some parts are not animated, you just kind of threw it in there. I'm not going to be able to discern much from that. So I recommend you still have time. Take a section, clean it up, at least clean up the line work, and send me that section.
And does it have to be a frame by frame animation or can it be more or animated and edited squish and squash animatic like video?
What is that gonna tell me? Squish and squash. Is this a question?
Yes. I was like,
I
is
love
that
it.
a animation
Can we
term?
add more? Like, what do you mean squish and squash? Like a bouncing ball, like a bouncing creature squishing and squashing, or what? I don't really understand the question.
Yeah, Liam, you can unmute if you'd like and ask the
Yeah,
question.
please ask me.
Oh, okay. Well, I did do like a kind of animation thing and posted it on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I was experimenting with Toon Squid and trying to see, like, the squish and squash method or
Yes.
technique. Yeah, so I was doing that with the characters while they were moving, but the
Hmm.
thing is, it's also edited on CapCut, so you can tell there is some motion to it, but otherwise it's in mainly edited video.
It sounds like more of a less of a character animation, but more of like a motion design. I would say that you could show me a sample of that, but also try to again do some sort of character animation. And speaking of that, I didn't mention that's in the animation section. You guys probably, I mean, some people do the bouncing ball and the falling sack and the whatever. That's fine, but try to do something that's character driven, maybe. So squash and stretch is a great animation principle, but if you could demonstrate more, that will give you a little bit of an edge. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks for unmuting and
Yeah, I
asking.
appreciate it.
It's great. So someone is asking if they have attended figure drawing classes, could they submit drawings of the model or would you prefer they just draw friends or family?
Draw friends and family. Yeah, it's a different thing. Yeah.
Well, they also say that what they found is the poses that they draw of their friends are somewhat repetitive and they love dynamic poses of the model. Don't we all? But you want to see.
I want to see friends and family, and if they are repetitive, then that's when you would be like, let's just focus on somebody's ear, hand, legs, whatever. Try to make it interesting. It's only 8 drawings. I don't want model drawings, not for this.
Or maybe ask your friends to create some dynamic poses. Why not?
Yeah, friends are cool.
Something to do. All right. Is it okay to edit the video of them talking about
Yeah.
themselves?
Yeah, I
They
know
you can
some
cut.
people, yeah, totally, because sometimes like you totally said something cool and then you stumbled upon a word and you're like, oh, so totally, yes, take as many, if you can edit, edit. Otherwise, if you screw up, so what? Again,
Yeah,
it's me.
that's right.
It's not like the whole wide world. You're not going to be exposed. But if you want to edit it, for the love of God, I think all of you guys know how to edit at this point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would appreciate it. That's
Okay, good.
nice.
Yes.
Uh, Annabelle is asking, by polished animations, it does it just mean, or do you mean that to be readable and understandable,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Doesn't have to be
And
fully colored and shaded.
no, but like if you clean up the line art so it's not a hot, sketchy mess, that helps.
Hmm.
So no, it doesn't need to be colored because I will get a sense of your understanding of color by looking at your illustration work. If you can get to coloring, of course, that's beautiful, but it doesn't need to be there. It's just, again, there's a level of finish that I would like to see. And oftentimes people just throw some stuff together and it's not finished and all of it is the same and it's really long. So instead of length, focus on a short segment that's understandably animated and at least you cleaned up your lines.
Great. We have a question from a reapplying student. So this student painted the same artist as they did the year before because they're still their favorite
That's cool,
artist.
but if you painted it again, that is different painting. So yeah,
There you go. Well, she's
yeah.
saying that her painting looks similar to the previous painting design-wise, but is still showing improvement and growth. Would you prefer an entirely new painting, or would it work if it's,
It would
same artist
work.
but
And in
shows
this
growth?
case, maybe upload the other one too and just say like, hey, by the way, that was 2025, this is 2026.
Ooh, love
Because
that.
then, yeah, you can show and you maybe you put a little version, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Like you could put a smaller version of 2025. Hey, say, hey, we mentioned this, like, look at my growth. Yay.
That's beautiful. I love that. Why not? All right, we're down to no more questions. Does anybody have any other questions you want to throw into the chat while you're thinking? We'll do kind of a last call here.
Yeah.
Kati, anything else you want prospective animation students to know?
I think just focus on this whole entire program is about discovering what you like and don't like, but also allowing you to grow in a way that's, it may even just reverberate later. Like I have so many students who take the program and like a year later, they're like, oh my God, I finally have reached and understood and like it culminated into this thing. And I'm so grateful because I'm so much better than what I was before. So it's about being open. So if 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 you don't feel that you can be open about new ideas, new techniques, learning about the wider world, not the one that you just like, then this is not for you. But if you want to grow and you want to kind of have a wider perspective, for example, on animation history, it's international animation history. It's not American and Hollywood animation history. Our animation techniques are not about, again, the most contemporary. It's about all the things you can do, and we're trying to empower you to be an independent thinking person. What we didn't touch upon was the guest speakers. I just want to highlight that because we bring in industry speakers that currently practice what they will talk about. So they're not random, I mean, animation, because there's a ton of those, right, in Los Angeles. This is the center of the animation world, but these are people who are actively practicing animation in different ways because animation has so many facets. That's what we want to show you and where you fit in there because not everybody is suited for everything. And they really talk about real life experience and how they got where they got, what their journey was like. Yeah, I
Amazing.
think that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think there's
some more questions have popped
yeah,
in the chat here. We love it.
yeah.
We have another animation related question or for the, animated sample.
Yeah.
Do they have to be full detailed colored or does it just have to be smooth? You've kind of
I
answered
think
this a
we
few times.
answered, yeah, it has to be smooth.
Just smooth. We
Yeah.
love it. And then someone is asking, is a 30-second animation reel going to be enough time to work with to review an animator's skills?
I think so, unless it's the loop of the same thing. And by
Mhm.
the way, if you guys have really short samples of something, you could loop them about 3 times. So I get to actually see it 3 times. But 30 seconds should be fine. It depends on what's on that 30 seconds.
And people can cut together like many shorter animations into
Yes,
something.
yes, yes.
Great.
And I hope you do.
We have another very specific question for assignment D. So
Mhm.
this person has shortened their 5-minute animated film down to 2 minutes to meet the requirement, but the storytelling has been lost. And to them, animation is the art of using motion to tell the story. And they feel without the context of the story, the movement loses its purpose and isn't as impactful. Oh man.
Because we
Um,
said there's a limit of 2 minutes. Well, if you can't compromise, then, show me the 5 minutes, but 5 minutes is a really long time. I don't know if you're maintaining, it's a little difficult to pull that off. Of course, I haven't seen the piece. I don't know the student. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to step on your toes. You could think of it as cutting me a trailer,
oh, that's a good idea.
like tease me with it, show me how cool it is. And then if you get in, you could show me the 5 minutes. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
And also, this is their interpretation. You might have a completely different interpretation and think that, the story is not lost at all and it makes complete sense. And
yeah,
you never know.
yeah.
But I think what you're saying is that it's important to fit within the time
I'd
parameters.
like you to fit within. There's no necessity. You're showing me here of your ability to animate. You don't have to show me your storytelling skills. You'll show that to us when you're in the program because there will be a bunch of assignments when literally that's what we're asking you to do. So, and by the way, our final project is a very short piece. It's not a 5 minute piece. We're asking for like a minute-ish piece. So, you have to be able to tell your story and shine your skills within that time. So with this 5 minute piece, I think it will be perfectly fine to cut a trailer and show me that you can animate. You don't need to be beyond that. Yeah.
Cut a trailer, cut a promo. We
Yeah,
love
cut a good one. Yeah.
it. All right. Will CISA, the program and going through the animation program, will that look good on somebody's college application or on their resume?
It looks really good. And I think, what do you get? The California
Oh, you become a California Arts Scholar.
Art Scholar. Yeah. And yes, that's some accolade that you can put on your application. And by
Mhm.
the way, my daughter went through this program and she just applied. She did not go to animation because we're not crazy. We're not putting our own children in our program, but she totally was able to add that to her application material. And there is a space where you could specify, and also you get a college credit. That's cool. That's really good. And we keep you to that expectation. So this is a college level program. I am a college professor, so I'm keeping you guys. And by the way, all our teachers, actually not all, sorry, let me think. At least half of our teachers are college professors, so they will keep you to that level of expectation.
Mm.
Yeah.
A message come through. Somebody joined a little late, has a super specific question about the friends and family sketches.
Mhm.
Should they be realistic or can they be stylized?
I'm looking for realistic here because I'd like you, so it's not making cartoons of your characters or creating characters out of your friends and family. It's about observational skills. So try to think of those fast sketches, capturing them as they are.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because your opportunity to stylize is with the illustration projects, actually.
Mm,
Yeah.
great. Last question I see here in the chat. If somebody wants to get into visual arts, should they apply to animation as a second choice?
Yeah. I think people can apply to how many? I don't know. This is a
They can apply
Stacy.
to all 8 disciplines if they
Yeah.
want.
And
I
people
mean,
do.
they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to submit an application for each department that you're applying for, but you're encouraged to apply for as many as you're
Yeah.
interested in.
Yeah. And so many people are interested in many. Go ahead, Stacy. Sorry.
Get invited to more than one. There's no double major, so you
Mhm.
do have to pick one discipline. So
Yeah.
you may apply for animation and visual arts and decide you want to go to animation.
Yeah.
You never know.
Also, I wanted to say this because this is important. I know we have another question, but just for FYI, please do not plan on dual enrollment in a college course during summer while you're at CSSSA. That's insane. Not when you do animation. Basically, you will not be able to do it. You'll break down because we do make you work all the time. The only free time you have is gonna be with your friends, um, and you're not gonna have time to take another class. That's why Stacy's saying we don't do double majors, because that's literally would be like doing double majors. You're taking very heavy work related things here. It's animation. Yeah.
Yeah, don't try to take on extra load, while you're at CISA. Be
Yeah.
there, be present so
Yeah.
that you can
Enjoy
give your
CSSSA.
best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, two more questions. Can seniors apply? Yes, they absolutely can
Yep.
apply. And then Holly is asking, so her animation was made in a studio that they don't have access to anymore. The file is really big and the edited version is not as high res as the original. Is that going to hurt their application?
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't know the size. I don't think we have a requirement. Normally, what we make is 1920 by 1080. I don't know how big this video resolution is, but file is really big, might be a problem. I would probably re-render it in an application because you have to upload it, and depending on your internet speed and so forth. That, Stacy, I think you guys deal with that type of issues, right?
Yes, we have had issues in the past when files, trying to upload it. If you have any trouble, I put the email in the comment in the chat. If you have any issues or you have questions, feel free to email us at comments@cesa.ca.gov. But size can be a problem at times. We've used I know I'm trying to think of the name of the tool, Handbrake.
Mm-hmm.
As
Is a good.
matter of fact, when you're in the application, it offers a link to download that and use Handbrake if you need to pare something down. But just do your best, and if you have trouble, let us know.
Yeah.
Great. All right, last call. Last call for questions. Anybody have any lingering questions? Kati, you've given us a lot of incredible info.
I'm trying, yeah.
I had one come in by email that asked about in section B, they were wondering if they could use digital art as well in assignment B.
I'd say so, right? Which one? I'm really hating this section B. Which one is that? Let me think. Oh, the lyrics for Pearl Jam? Oh, yeah, of course.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's any type. I mean, you guys need to read the assignment because I know. Just read it, please. I'm open to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually we respond that if, the requirements don't specifically exclude it, then it's kind of up to your choice. But we also recommend they come to this webinar.
Yeah, and watch it on, if they don't come, watch it on YouTube. But seriously, I mean, I had people creating montages that were physical, like, anything goes. And then you just, the problem there is you have to take a good photograph of your art. That's not digital, obviously. And don't do the thing, when you're like this, because you're gonna put a shadow on it. If you can ask whoever's your art teacher, maybe to help you scan it or photograph it in a good way, that would be helpful, or light it in because, I do need to look at it. Okay, and there's another question, yeah?
Yeah, Salim is asking, can our animations be inspired, like be an inspired music video, but with our version of cartoon characters, or are we only allowed to use our own characters?
Okay, so if I feel like this is a two question. It can be inspired by a music video. That's gonna end up being really long, by the way, when you take an existing music and you animate to it. The character design should be unique to you. Like, I'm not sure again if you're talking about an existing animated, like a Gorillaz video, although that would be quite difficult to animate because it's not like a 2-minute thing. So I don't want to see other character designs. Let's just put it this way. It's about you and your voice. As I said, I don't like, okay, let me take it back. I like anime. I like watching anime. I don't want to see anime animation. If that's the only thing you can do, okay, but at least try to create your original character design. When you're doing a music-based animation, fine, but remember, I'm not looking for I'm looking for your understanding of timing and animation, and I'm not sure if that's going to come across.
Hmm.
And because music videos are falling more in the category of motion design, which is about animating things appearing and moving to the music, but I'm looking for character animation. So if you could pull that off, and this is a music video and there's a music beat or like there's a structure that's based on music, that's fine, but focus on character animation here because that's the assignment. I don't know if that helps.
Well said. Amazing.
Because I think you're gonna get lost in a rabbit hole if you start doing like, oh, this is a music now. There is no song, even like a punk song, that is shorter than 2 minutes. It just doesn't exist, right? So now first you have to edit the music. You have to make it shorter to fit. If you're good at it, good for you. But then you're gonna get caught up in the like, let's make sure things move to the timing of, and I don't want you to do that. If you can focus on this is character interaction or character animation, I think it's much better.
Great.
Yeah, I prefer you animating two of your original characters interacting or one of them walking and falling, whatever, rather than going down this like I'm gonna do this elaborate music video situation because you don't have time for that, I don't think. Isn't it finals week, people? I think it's finals week. You guys have a lot on your shoulders. Make it good. Yeah.
Liam did specify their question was more of can the characters animated already be existing characters from shows, but in their own style, like maybe their own style as SpongeBob?
Again, can we not? Why would you do that? Again, I don't really quite understand because you should be thinking of your own character. So try to create a character and animate that character. Now, let's say that you already have an exquisite animation. It's animating an existing character or a take on an existing character and it's already created and it's really good and you want to show me a section of that, but try to do something that's you as well. Then throw in like a, 20-second animation of your own character.
Hmm.
Like cut it, like cut a section in.
And last question. If someone doesn't have prior animation experience, is it okay? Will they be able to make it through the program?
Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot. But you
Hmm.
need to try for this application to show me something like the interest that you're wanting to, because it's animation, right? So you will be animating quite a lot, and you might be really liking under the camera techniques where, you're just learning about how to move elements so they timed out correctly. Then you might discover your love, or you might learn that you really, really hate animation because actually watching it and doing it is so different. And it's really hard. So that's really important. Yeah,
Hard but fruitful.
very.
Thank you so much, Kati. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Stacy. And thanks to everybody who joined the webinar and asked such amazing questions. Once again, that application deadline is February 28th at 6 p.m. The program runs from July 4th to August 1st on Cal Poly Pomona campus. And we're very excited to see your applications. So submit them early. Thank you so much, Kati.
Thank
Have
you
a great night,
guys. Have a great
everybody.
evening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.